Okay. First of all, we've got some warm-up questions. I'm going to ask you the first question. What is corporation? What do you think a corporation is?
Big organization.
Mm-hmm. Corporation. Any other ideas? You agree with Mikola?
Corporation means some people who decided working to each other, normally or abnormally. Yeah?
What do you mean by normally or abnormally?
It means that if you're going to the, for example, informal organization and take a number from this organization, you can corporate very formal, okay? But if you don't get the procedures of this company, of this organization, you can informal with the other people.
Okay, so what is the difference between corporations and companies?
A corporation is a kind of company.
A corporation is a kind of company, okay?
Yeah, the solo is another kind of company.
There's a difference in responsibility. Like assets, it's divided different time in corporation and in regular company. Because company could be corporation, incorporated or incorporated or not.
Yeah. So usually when we talk about corporations, we're talking about big companies. Corporations are usually the bigger ones with lots of shareholders there. You know, they don't have owners. Usually there are no owners or no board of directors. They have got shareholders. So those shareholders just have got a part of or a percentage of the ownership. Okay, that is called a corporation. So every company can be, as Mikola said, every company can be incorporated or corporated. But not all corporations are informal companies. Okay, so corporations, the main difference, corporation is bigger and it doesn't have any ownership. But companies usually are smaller for small businesses. They have got some members or some owners and they run small businesses usually. So when we are talking about companies, we're talking about small businesses. Corporations means big businesses, okay? Like IBM, like Amazon, like Google. These are corporations.
Yeah.
So what do you think corporate responsibility means?
I think it means that everybody who acceptable some duties should be doing very well and doing her or his responsibility.
Any other opinion?
That's how this company, this corporate, dealing with surrounding, with whole world, like with other people, with other corporation, with countries, and it depends on mission, on goals.
Very good. Yeah.
Stuff like this.
That's what Mikola says. Yeah, when we are talking about corporate responsibilities, it means what the corporation or corporate is responsible against the environment, the surroundings, people, nations, economy, whatever. So the relationship between the corporation and the whole society and the whole environment is called corporate responsibility. They are responsible for example, the environment, They shouldn't pollute or contaminate the environment.
Sam, I heard that. Sorry, I heard that we can use another sentence as social responsibility.
Yeah, of course, yes. We have got social, corporate social responsibility. It's the same stuff.
Yeah.
No, it's the same story. Okay, yeah, you're right. You're right. Another name is corporate social responsibility. Means how they are responsible to the society. Yeah. Okay.
Excuse me, teacher.
Yes.
If they don't have the owner, then who will control the? It's like a company, like a Amazon, then Google, then who control it?
Who can?
Because
what was the question?
For the corporation, they don't have the owner.
Yeah.
Then who will control the company?
They have
shares, a stock.
Yeah, they have got stocks and shares. It means that the profit is divided into the number of shares of shareholders in the company, but they still have got their own management. They still have got the board of directors and managers. So it is managed by some people. Yeah, they have got managers or directors or CEO. Remember CEO?
Yeah.
Chief executive officers. Those people are responsible to manage the company, but they are not the owners. You know, company does not belong to them. Actually, corporations are legal entities. Means that legally they exist, but it's not one person or one one owner who is just responsible for that. The whole group, the whole company, the whole entity is responsible for what they are doing. But when you have a company or a small business, you are the only person or the sole person who is responsible for your company, okay? Or maybe a group of people who is just sharing this company, okay? Am I clear?
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
Okay, so the only thing that is necessary for you to know is that corporation is a big company with lots of shareholders. It doesn't have an owner, okay? So let's go to question number 2. Have you heard of any situations in which a company has been responsible for the injury or death of people in its community? If so, share the information with your classmates.
In the recent pandemic, I mean that in the COVID-19, some companies allocated some resources, some like cash and something like that, and help to some organization.
Very good. Yeah, that was a good example. Lots of companies and corporations try to help by paying some donations to the society. Yeah. Any other examples you know of?
No.
No? But we are talking about
all big corporation try to hide all that injuries, all that situation where people injury, or if people dance, they try to do it very quiet, and because all that information will bring some bad news for the company and their shares will go down.
Yeah.
That's why nowadays when we say corporation, we mean something evil, something big and powerful, which can do information, do news, and somehow
they affect
tell
their
people
society.
what to do and in what to believe.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Most of them try to do it in the most sneakiest way, very hidden. and they do not leak the information to the whole community when they do something wrong or they do some harms to the community. But there are times that you're, remember we talked about Facebook and the information leak?
Yeah, yeah, I remember it.
Yes,
Just a few days ago, we talked about Facebook and how they just sold some information to the Trump election campaigns in order to use them against the other party in order to win the elections at the I think it was at 2012 elections. Yeah, and Trump won the election. So this kind of harm, this kind of problems uh, are the ones that we are talking about. Sometimes this is not you are not injured or there are no death, but they have breached people's privacy. They have just infringed people's privacy and they have sold the information to others.
Maybe,
So,
maybe allocated some sources about the expanding R&D also, research and something about, for example, in the, for example, for discover the virus and something like that, the vaccine for virus. And we can we say about the corporation in this regard?
yeah, sure. Do you want to talk about it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so they can be positive as well. Nasser is just giving us some positive aspects of corporations. Yes, that's true. But I think, as Mikola said, when you think of corporations, it means they are powerful and they can affect people's opinions and ideas, and so that's why they try to hide their mistakes and their negative effects on the society. So number three, have there ever been any major oil or chemical spills or other environmental disasters in the area in which you live? You know, oil or chemical spills? What do we mean by oil or chemical spills?
I remember not so much time ago. It was a train where they spill a lot of oil products, and it was between I believe Saskatchewan and Manitoba.
Mm-hmm.
But that company, they react very well, very fast, and they local all the spills, they repair it very quick. But it happens, and I think it happens more
Yeah, it
often.
happens all the time, especially in oil industry, or sometimes some chemicals are spilled in the oceans or even in the land, in the cities, and the corporations are responsible for that.
And also, I heard that 5 years ago, we had environmental disasters in the Mexican Gulf.
Yeah. So what was it an oil spill?
Yeah, I think the oil, the in Mexican Gulf, there, I think the majority of the fishes and something like that dead, and it was very great disasters.
Disaster. Yeah, we have got lots of them. I remember there was also a ship wreckage in the Indian Ocean, if I'm not wrong, and they spent lots of oil just a few years ago in the ocean, and no one took the responsibility.
Yeah.
So let's go to number 4. Have you heard of environmental group Greenpeace?